This is the second video in a series covering a trip to Koh Chang, Thailand, and the neighboring island to the south, Koh Mak. The trip from Bangkok to Koh Chang is covered in the first video of this series. After getting settled into the Bao Lan Beach Resort in the southwest of the island of Koh Chang, I explored the Bang Bao Pier, then took a day trip via boat taxi to Koh Mak with a Song Tao two-row pickup truck tour of that island. I walked up the entrance road to Bao Lan Beach Resort and flagged down a passing Song Tao heading south to Bang Bao Pier for 150 baht, or around $4.50 US. The sign over the entrance road says Ban Bang Bao, or Bang Bao Village in Thai, which is what this area originally was, a fishing village built on stilts surrounding the pier. Originally a fishing port, the pier has been transformed by tourism. Where the two-row drops you off at the entrance to the pier, there is a 7-Eleven, which is behind the gas pump in the photo. This gas pump will take cash. There are also cash machines located here. To the north on Koh Chang, there are full-service banks in the White Sands beach area, but here on the south end of the island, it is more remote and rural-like. Chow Lei is a long-established seafood eatery, being very popular with Thai tour groups, and was rated by many who know their fresh sea crab, prawns, and fish as the best place to eat in Bang Bao. I don't think there is one place that stands out for having the best seafood now, but when eating in Bang Bao, I recommend Chow Lei. The focal point of tourism for the south end of Koh Chang, the Bang Bao Pier is also a jumping-off point for boat taxis for the islands to the south, Koh Mak and Koh Kood. Snorkel and dive boats also leave from here, as there are many excellent wreck and snorkel areas immediately to the south of Koh Chang. Groups of people waiting to catch their boat can be seen in the video. After entering the pier, the first 350-meter section is primarily shops and seafood restaurants, as seen in the earlier photos. This part, originally open to the air, was enclosed with a roof in 2013. Also at the time, the open part of the pier received a facelift with side gazebos, new railings, and better lighting, and today looks much improved. Today, the original character of the fishing industry at Bang Bao is mostly gone, replaced with tourist-oriented services such as restaurants, gift shops, and dive snorkel tour operators. Many tourists visit all three islands in the Koh Chang, Koh Mak, and Koh Kood trio of islands. Koh Kood is thought by many locals to be the best of the three, because it is less touristy and retains much of the original island character. Many people jump off for Koh Mak and Koh Kood from this pier. You can make a nice 2-week trip out of spending several days on each island and traveling directly between them by boat taxi. Here is a 5-star trip idea for those high rollers. Koh Kood has its own airport on the small island of Mai Si immediately to its northwest. It is a private airport owned by Suniva Kiri, which operates it as Kiri Private Reserve to serve its luxury resorts guests. This airport is serviced directly from Bangkok via single-engine turboprop aircraft arranged through the resort. This is expensive, but possible to do. You could fly there spend several days on the island, then travel north via boat taxi, spending several days on Koh Mak and Koh Chang each, respectively. Then you could go to the Trat Airport, which has 2 flights a day to Bangkok's Suvarnabhumi Airport, for around $140 one way per person. When returning from the pier to the Bailon Beach Resort, I found it difficult to find a 2-row Song Tao from the pier because it was so busy, so I walked a quarter mile back up to the main road where the over the road sign was and flagged one down from there. This one cost 100 baht or $3. Because the truck was full, the price was less. Boat taxi options to Koh Mak include both speed boats, 30 minutes, and the larger, slower wooden boats, 2 hours. I chose the slower boat option for my day trip to Koh Mak. This trip was a package that included a ride to and from the pier and the resort, and a 100 baht food voucher for use at the Koh Mak Resort restaurant. I was picked up at the hotel at 8:20 a.m. I arranged this through the front desk at the Bailon Beach Resort, and it cost 1,000 baht or around $30. This boat continued on to Koh Kood after dropping me off. I was picked up by the same boat returning to Koh Chang 3 hours later, which allowed enough time to explore. During the journey, these slower big boats serve as taxis for the smaller islands of Koh Klum and Koh Wai as they pass by them. Small skiffs ferry passengers, luggage, and cargo between the boat and the islands as they don't have piers as seen in these photos. There are resorts located on these islands, and they would be worth checking out for a more exotic trip to the area. Research them on the accommodation sites by entering Koh Klum or Koh Wai. After being transferred to Koh Mak by skiff, I found myself at the Koh Mak Resort. I used my food voucher for a lime tea, then set about lining up a 2-row Song Tao tour of the island. Koh Mak is only 4.5 by 4.5 miles in size, and I didn't want to risk missing my return boat back to Koh Chang, so I settled for a 1-hour tour. Hello, here I am on Koh Mak. Well, it's too early for me to have a cold one, so I'm going to take us on a walk around of the resort. The only way to get here was by the slow wooden boat from Koh Chang, and that took 2 hours to get here. I have 3 hours here on the island, and I'll see about maybe lining up a 1-hour tuk-tuk tour. So let's take a quick tour of Koh Mak Resort. The resort stretches off in either direction from the pier. So there are bungalows and rooms down that path ahead of us. The transfer here from the big wooden boat to the islands are by small dinghy. The Koh Mak Resort is located on the Ao Son Yai White Sand Beach on the northwest cove of Koh Mak. It has 2 swimming pools, a restaurant, and a bar. A beachfront private bungalow for 2 with balcony, air conditioning, and bathroom with shower costs around 2,000 baht or $60 a day and includes breakfast. Snorkeling and kayak excursions can be arranged through the resort, and massages are available. The prices at the restaurant were reasonable. Around 1,200 people live and work on Koh Mak. The island is owned by 5 families who keep it from being overrun by tourism. Rubber trees and banana plantations are located all over the island. After visiting the Koh Mak Resort, I ended up touring 2 more noteworthy areas on the island. The first was Wat Samakkhi Tham, also known as Wat Koh Mak. For this, I procured the services of Mr. Yai and his 2-row Song Tao pickup truck for an hour, which cost me 500 baht, or around $15 US. Mr. Yai was a character who spoke excellent English and was very friendly and helpful. This was a private tour, so I was able to sit in the front seat and chat with him. He ran a very lucrative business here on Koh Mak, and we talked about how he was able to get parts shipped out from the mainland to keep his taxi running. Wat Samakkhi Tham is located overlooking the southeast cove of Koh Mak. The pier seen in the distance is the Ao Nid Pier, which is the main pier on the island, servicing boats from the mainland. Wat Samakkhi Tham translates to the Fellowship Temple and refers to multiple Buddhist temples throughout Thailand, not a single location. The name Sammakhi Tham signifies unity and fellowship. The Wat Samakkhi Tham on Koh Mak is a functioning temple located near the main pier. It is the only temple on the island and offers visitors a chance to see monks and religious structures, including a Buddha statue on a hill, a new ordination hall, a traditional bell tower, a crematorium, and a stupa or chedai located west of the temple. The temple provides scenic views of the main harbor and neighboring islands, making it a good spot for photos. As a working temple, you may encounter monks and can witness religious activities, such as blessings at the main shrine. Seen in the photos is the nearly completed ordination hall, which has 2 large guardian statues at its entrance and is guarded by sema stones. Here is a short Sema primer. In my videos from Ayutthaya and Sukhothai, many Bodhi tree-shaped Sema stones are visible, marking the outer boundaries of the Wat. Here, very different round Luck Nimit stones are visible on the rack outside of the ordination hall, which is being rebuilt. These are the original stones dug up during the renovation. Typically, these are buried and not seen as part of the temple, but they have significance. Before work starts on a new Pra Ubasot, 9 holes are dug, 8 at the cardinal points, the 9th beneath where the principal Buddha statue will be placed. Luck Nimit, round stones the size of a cannonball, are placed into these holes during a religious ceremony. 8 Sema stones are then placed over those Luck Nimit. Double or even triple Sema signify that the Pra Ubasot has been rebuilt, as in this case, or consecrated for use by more than one monastic order, or that the temple has a royal connection. Sema stones are round like these, or Bodhi tree shaped like the ones in Ayutthaya and Sukhothai, because they serve different purposes within the monastery. Round spherical stones, Luck Nimit, are buried underground to mark sacred areas and serve as symbols of the Buddha's heart, while Bodhi tree-shaped stones are the visible, stylized, leaf-shaped boundary markers that symbolize the sacred leaves of the tree under which the Buddha attained enlightenment. In a Buddhist Wat, a crematorium's significance lies in its function as a practical and spiritual tool to release the soul from the physical body, marking the transition to the next rebirth and symbolizing the impermanence of life and the goal of liberation from samsara. It is a customary and respectful way to honor the deceased and facilitate spiritual progression, following the example of the Buddha's own cremation. In Buddhism, samsara, Sanskrit for wandering through, is the endless cycle of birth, death, and rebirth that is characterized by suffering, impermanence, and dissatisfaction. On a lighter note, after Wat Samakkhi Tham, Mr. Yai drove me to the northeast cove of the island to visit Cinnamon Boardwalk. The Cinnamon Scenic Boardwalk is a kilometer-long wooden pier overlooking the blue sea of Aotan Beach in northeastern Koh Mak. There is a 50 baht entrance fee that is waived if you are staying at a resort on Koh Mak. The pier is long because the entire beach is dry at low tide. It used to have a bar, but that is closed now, so bring your own drinks. Koh Kradat, also known as Paper Island because it is so flat, is seen in the distance here. It has a population of 400 deer and has a small homestay with 3 bungalows. You can contact the island for a pickup at Cinnamon Boardwalk. You can take a tour of the island on a small motorcycle tuk-tuk that will take you to the northern tip of the island, where it ends with the 2 small islands seen to the left in the distance. These islands, Koh Nok Nai and Koh Nok Nok, are connected by a land bridge you can walk across, known as Kali Wak Trat, or Separated Sea.